Hello, my friends, and welcome back to my channel. I wanted to come on and do a channeled message from your person, but first we're going to see if this is your reading by checking the energy, and you'll know if you're resonating with this deck, if this message is meant for you. I did try and do a channeled love message before this, but Spirit had other plans. It did not turn into a channeled love message, but that's okay. So I still feel the need though to do a channeled love message. So I switched the decks I was using and I cleansed the energy, and we're gonna tap into this message from your person. So let's do an energy check first. I'm just gonna cut the deck first. Of course. Of course. We have mirrored souls, twin flames, the one, reconnect. Why am I not surprised? So let's get into it. So you may feel like you are twin flames, mirrored souls. You may feel like this is the one. We also have keeping notes. So it feels like this person does have things they want to say to you here. They could have ghosted you here, and that could have come from like a lost and fragmented place. They could have been quite wounded and they could have blocked you, but it looks like they are keeping notes here. And you know, this says reconnect, so it does feel like in time this person does want to reconnect with you. But let's just get into this energy and see if this is your reading, and then we'll get channeled messages. Yeah, we have separation. So this person could have, there could have been wounding on both sides, but I was hearing fragmentation of the soul. So this person could have had significant trauma in their life, or they're heavily programmed. There could have been other people's opinions about this connection. That's very common within like the mirrored soul dynamic, the twin flame dynamic. For people who are not on that path, it's hard for them to understand. So there could have been like gossip or other people's opinions affecting this connection. And we have rage, so angry, ready to explode. That makes me think of that fragmented soul card I saw. So fragmented soul in Pop of Love, the message cards, it talks about how someone who has a fragmentation of the soul can have like overreactions to seemingly small problems. So this could have been someone with a lot, like big reactions, or they could have blamed you for what went down in this connection, when really, and you could have blamed them as well, when really you were both just mirroring what needed to be healed, is what I'm hearing. But you could resonate with this person having quite a temper. Again, other people's opinions, and we have ups and downs. Feeling like you're on a roller coaster kind of. So there could have been highs and lows. There could have been back and forth. There could have been hot and cold behavior. And we have partying, toxic friends. We have, yeah. So your person could have been more interested in partying, or they could have had friends that were, they could have had toxic friends. But with that gossip card, I always say, because I don't like to pass judgment, but a lot of people who haven't been on this journey or don't understand it, like when we talk to our friends about it, they do want what's best for us. So they think they're giving us good advice by saying things like, oh, that sounds like a roller coaster. That sounds toxic. Why would you want to be like, there's plenty of fish in the sea. Why would you want to be in a connection like that? But I shouldn't even say until, because not everyone has a twin flame. It's actually a very small percentage. So unless someone has experienced that before, it's hard for them to give good advice about it if they haven't experienced it themselves. And again, our friends usually just want the best for us, and they think they're helping by giving that advice. But it can create doubt and confusion. One more shuffle. Yeah, we have cut off. disappear, distance, left behind. So this person could have cut you off, blocked you, ghosted you, or you could have tried to, sometimes with this card I do hear maybe you tried to cut cords with this person. My understanding is that you can't cut cords with a true counterpart connection. You can't actually cut those cords. You can release them, but you can't cut them. And what I mean by release, I don't mean release like they're gone, like that cord is gone forever. If you share a soul, you're always going to be connected. But you also could have had to put up boundaries. This is giving me Queen of Swords energy. So you could have had to put up boundaries with this person, especially if they were, you know, full of that rage and reaction and blaming you. Or they were, you know, partying, or they had toxic friends. Maybe you had to put up a boundary here. So let's see. Let's continue this energy along. All of a sudden, I'm quite cold. We have awareness, coming to light, finding out, and we have spring, rebirth, growth, divine timing. So this person, it feels like they are having some sort of epiphany about you. You could have also, some of these things could have came to your awareness too, like about them. Like maybe you found out that they had friends that were interfering, or, you know, if this person was blaming you and reacting, it could have taken you a while to have the awareness to put up a boundary. All right. So let's see what Spirit wants you to know about this. And then we'll get channeled messages. So what do we need to know about this connection, Spirit? What do we need to know about this connection? Yeah, we have watching. And we also had keeping notes, right? So this is someone watching you. Green eyes could be symbolic. Watching. Eyes for you, fascinated, focused on you. It feels like they're kind of watching you in secret. Maybe you know that they're watching you. For some of you, they may be covering their tracks. Maybe they don't want you to know. And look at this. We have Archangel Michael, protection from harm. So if this person isn't reaching out to you currently, I am a firm believer that you're being protected in some way. Like if this person is still in that fragmented energy where they're just going to explode all over you, then I feel like, you know, you're being protected right now, Archangel Michael. It could also be that this person is having some sort of divine intervention in their life. Protection from harm. So it does feel like you're being protected from this person right now. And maybe even they feel like they're protecting you from themselves. That's why they're just watching you right now, keeping notes, kind of sitting in the shadows. Let's keep going. Ghosted. Yep. Fragmented. That's exactly what I was hearing. So blocked, lost, fragmented, ghosted. So if they ghosted you, I know that your pride and your ego may internalize that and tell you different things, but I am telling you that if this person ghosted you or pushed you away, it was for your own protection. I'm not saying that they did it for your protection. I'm saying that I feel like that happened for your own protection. And side note, you could be dealing with someone who does feel like they're, I'm almost picking up of like a victim mentality energy, not from you, but from your person. Like, they're probably better off without me. It's probably best that, you know, I just push them away. And, you know, I do feel like you're dealing with someone who had a lot of wounding and you triggered those wounds with that mirrored soul card. And I feel like subconsciously they pushed you away or they sabotaged this connection. And we do have confess. So there is something they want to talk to you about. It says about to reveal. So it feels like this person is like waiting for the right time. And if you are online, especially if you do, like if you share your voice some way, they could have been guided to you by Archangel Michael to hear some of the things you're saying. I don't know why that's coming through. I've never heard that message before. But like if you're someone who posts things about healing, for example, or if you are a light worker, this person could have been guided, Archangel Michael, to your content, because they're definitely watching you. You know, they're watching you for sure. So let's get a few more. Yeah, we have take a risk. Look, we have past, looking back. So this person is still looking back at you. They still haven't forgotten about you. Definitely someone from your past. And we have take a chance. So this person is going to be taking a chance, or they're thinking about taking a risk. We also have growth. So it feels like this person has been through some sort of growth, some sort of lesson. And again, the reason this hasn't come in yet is because you are being protected while this person goes through that growth and that healing. We have non-action, just as I was saying that. So if this person hasn't taken action towards you, just know that the timing hasn't been right. They still needed to go through growth and lessons and reflection. But there's definitely an energy of someone who hasn't been taking action towards you, keeping notes, wanting to talk to you, wanting to take a risk here. And I'm gonna be honest, whenever I feel called to do a channeled message, it's usually because it's someone who feels like they can't talk to you yet. All right, so we have non-action here. So let me make sure that's straight. It is amazing. And November 5th could be symbolic. But yeah, someone from your past who hasn't been taking action, who's been quiet, wanting to say something here. And they're being guided. So if Archangel Michael is protecting you from harm, Archangel Michael won't let this person reach out until there's been some growth, is what I'm hearing. All right, so let's keep going. Let's get a few more. Yeah, I see it. Right underneath watching, we have hiding. In secret. They're like blending in. So this would be someone watching you from like a different account or from their friend's account, or they're watching you, but they're not leaving a trail. So you wouldn't be able to see that they're watching you. They wouldn't be like liking things or commenting. They're watching you in secret, which is what I was hearing. And we have returning. So that's exactly what I mean. It's like someone who's been keeping notes, who has something they want to say to you. They've been watching you. They've been keeping tabs on you. They've been hiding with this intent to return. Memories, recalling past, nostalgia. So this is also someone who watches you and then feels quite nostalgic and misses you, is what I'm hearing. All right. So let's see what this protection from harm is about. Protection from harm. Protection from harm. What are you being protected against? What are you being protected against? So they could still be in a little bit of devil energy. Can't stop thinking about you. There's a bit of lust there, right? So I feel like Archangel Michael is stopping this person from reaching out in like an unhealthy way. Because I do get devil energy with that obsessed, can't stop thinking about you, must have. It's very like devil energy, lust, obsessing over you. And again, I feel like you're being protected until this person can come in and show you growth and give you honesty. So if they were feeling that lust, that urge to reach out, I feel like, you know, I do feel like Archangel Michael, spirit, universe, whatever you believe in, stop them. And we do have cut off on the bottom, which is what I was saying about that Archangel Michael card. So if this person cuts you off, or you felt called to put up boundaries, you were being guided to protect yourself from harm here, and to protect you from devil energy, so shadows, unhealthy attachments, addictions, things like that. All right, so let's look under ghosted. We have in future, so it does feel like this person could have ghosted you because of legal matters, for some of you, because I see the legal card, but we have weeks, months in timing. So it feels like this person is going to pop up in a few weeks or months to confess something to you. So someone who's currently ghosting you, or someone you feel like you lost, is popping up here in the future, weeks, months. All right. I don't know if this, like, side note, this person could have recently in the past weeks or months ghosted you. Again, if they did, it was for your own protection, but I was hearing in future. Well, it says in future, so. All right. That also reminds me of that spring card that we saw, rebirth, divine timing. So let's look at confession, confess, about to reveal, about to speak up. We have anxiety. So right now they're worried about speaking to you. And anxiety, scared, worrying, panic, confusion, that will stop someone from speaking up. So clearly they need to work through this anxiety or through this apprehension they feel about coming towards you, and they need to embody confidence and clarity before coming in. And it does feel like this person is nervous. Look, an offer on the bottom, exactly. So this person is nervous about coming towards you with this offer. And we have commitment and anxiety. So this person could want to reveal to you that they've realized they had a fear of commitment. And I'm not just talking about, like, right away I heard, they say they're afraid of commitment, but I've seen them commit to others. But this isn't just any other connection. We had that mirrored soul. So it's not just about fear of commitment in the traditional sense of marriage. It's committing to the inner work. It's committing to healing and growth. So this person could have had a fear of that type of commitment, if that makes sense. And as I was saying that, I was staring at that book that I'm reading, to my soul tribe, The Inner Work, which is about wounded themes of consciousness. But anyway, please be aware I have a lot of book scammers in my comment section. Just don't. Just don't. It's a scam. Just don't. All right. So what is this gamble about? What do they want to gamble? What do they want to do here? I'm telling you, communication, whatever they've been keeping notes on, they're getting ready to take a leap of faith here. And we have can't resist. So the way that these cards just fell out of my hand, can't resist is coming in underneath gamble. So they can't resist this urge to take a chance and just, shoot their shot is what I'm hearing. Magnetic, unexplainable pull, can't resist, counterpart, twin flame, mirrored souls. So they can't resist this pull as they're growing to take a risk. And look at this. Underneath non-action, we have, underneath silence, non-action, we have keeping notes. So in silence, this person has been keeping notes, typing, deleting, like typing messages and then deleting them. Again, Archangel Michael is here. So whenever they type a message, something stops them, fear, something happening. Like I talked about I talked about it in a reading the other day, that I feel, this is the type of person where if they're picking up their phone and they're typing a message to you, or they're thinking about messaging you, it's like Archangel Michael or the universe makes something happen so that they don't hit send. But just know that in non-action, they've been keeping notes. They've been trying to figure out what to say to you here. And we do have young on the bottom. So you could have met this person when you were younger, like when you were both younger. Maybe it's been a little while. Or this young card also talks about like childhood wounds. So that's what we have for the energy check. So we're going to see with tarot what's going on here to confirm. And then we will get those channeled messages. So I'm using the Chibi Tarot, which is by Baroque Tarot. I used it in a reading, one reading already, but I took some time to get to know this deck before I used it. We do have the star here, so someone's trying to keep hope alive. I feel like this person had things they needed to heal and release. The star, hope returns. Anyway, could be dealing with an Aquarius. We have the Magician. So someone definitely wants to communicate with you, make something happen here. And, you know, you could be manifesting this. Gemini and Virgo and Aquarius coming out. Okay. We have the Ace of Wands. A few other cards wanted to come out, but they fell down and I didn't see them. So we have the Ace of Wands, inspired action. We have the Knight of Swords, lots to say, but also not wanting to be impulsive about it. And listen, Knight of Swords energy, the shadows of that, very intense, very reactive, hurtful words. Remember that card, Rage? So maybe this person needed to heal that Knight of Swords energy first. One more shuffle. We have Justice. Justice is coming. Taking accountability, apologizing, restoring balance. Maybe they learned some kind of karmic lesson. That's Libra energy. I'll try and remember to mention zodiac signs. I get so into my readings that I forget. We have the Four of Coins, so someone you haven't been able to let go of, for sure, Four of Coins, but also someone holding back out of insecurity. Green eyes could be symbolic. And we have the Wheel of Fortune, so it feels like this person has been guided to hold back until they make changes in their life and release things and learn from these cycles. And I feel like this wheel is turning in your favor. Maybe you had to walk away from this person. Look, maybe you had to walk away from this person, Queen of Swords. Anyway. All right, so where do we begin? I just heard, where do we go from here? I keep hearing that in my readings. Where do we go from here? So let's see what we need to know about this person. What do we need to know about this person? Please don't fall on the floor. We have the Nine of Wands. So this is someone who did have to go through self-improvement. This could have been someone who had a lot of wounding, a lot of baggage, and who was quite defensive. I do feel like they're working on self-improvement, Nine of Wands, but this card talks about love that's not easy. So I do feel like this person could find relationships and love not easy. I also feel like this connection, there was nothing easy about this connection because there was a lot of wounds and triggers. Sorry, wounds and shadows being triggered. I'm feeling called to look at the Nine of Wands. Last stand, persistence, grit, resilience, perseverance, close to success. So this person may be feeling worn down by life's tribulations right now. They could be feeling quite worn down and feeling like uncertainty about this connection. What else do we need? I do feel like this person had a lot of baggage from past connections or from childhood that, you know, maybe they built walls around themselves, is what I'm hearing. And maybe you did need to put up boundaries with this person. Let's get some more for what we need to know about this person. What do we need to know about this person? But again, working on self-improvement. So we do have, do I want to take all those or do I just want to take the top one? I'll look at them, but I'm just going to take the top one. For what you need to know about this person, we do have the Four of Swords in reverse, which is about a release from isolation. It's about coming out of silence. It's about reigniting passions. And we do have the Seven of Wands and the Four of Cups. So I do feel like this person feels like, you know, I do feel like this person sees you as a missed opportunity, but this person also could have been quite defensive. I do feel defensiveness from your person in the past, and that's something they needed to work on. Again, sometimes when someone's reflecting back onto us, I'm so sorry about my dogs. Sometimes when someone is reflecting back onto us and triggering our wounds, if we haven't healed those wounds, we become defensive. Because it's almost like someone's like poking a wound that hurts. So we get very defensive and we're like, why would you do that? I'm seeing the Beast in Beauty and the Beast, where she's trying to help, she's trying to help him with his wound on his arm, and he's like screaming at her and he's like, why would you do that? And she's like, I'm just trying to help you. Anyway, for what we need to know about this person, April 9th, September 4th could be symbolic, but they're about to come out of isolation. They're about to come out of this non-action. We have the Hermit. So this person has been heavily reflecting here in isolation, the Hermit, self-evaluation. And I feel like they're about to, you know, shine their light here. Tell you what they've been thinking about. One more for what we need to know about this person. And I just heard again, like, until this person has clarity for the things they need to heal, I feel like they were being kept in Four of Swords energy. Protection. So what else do we need to know about this person? One more card. Yeah, we have the Ten of Swords in reverse. So lessons being learned, healing. So until this healing happened, until those lessons were learned, I feel like they were being held back. And now this shows they have been healing. There has been growth. This is an energy of wanting to put a connection back together again. Ten of Swords in reverse. And we have the Hanged Man, exactly what I was saying. So until this has been like, you could have had to sacrifice being with this person because they needed, you both, I'm hearing you both needed time to heal. But until they surrendered to those lessons and surrendered to their healing, it feels like they were being held back. And that may sound like some, you know, crazy stuff if you're not into spirituality and this kind of stuff. So until there was improvement, healing, lessons learned, healing from the past, they were being held back here until they surrendered to that healing. All right. So let's see their current energy. I'm actually feeling called to get a card for you first. So show me the viewer's current energy. Show me the viewer's current energy. The viewer, show me the viewer. The reason I say it like that is because once I say, let me see their energy, and then I change it to the viewer, I find that sometimes I can send my guides mixed messages. That's why I said it over and over. Show me the viewer, show me the viewer, show me the viewer. Look at this, Queen of Cups on the bottom. Protecting your energy, focusing on self-love. You could be like, I'm seeing that island card in the Intuit Tarot. So you could be like on an island by yourself, not literally. But right now, if you look at this cup, there's a lid on it. So right now you're protecting your love. You're focused on self-love, trying to listen to your intuition. You could be a healer. You could be a healer. You could go back and forth too between, do I actually want this person back? Oh my gosh, your energy, we have the Lovers. So you could even be going back and forth with that Two of Pentacles underneath the Queen of Cups. You could go back and forth with like, do I actually want this person back? Is this person actually my twin flame, my mirrored soul? We have the Lovers. And I just hear that you're focusing on self-love right now. Gemini energy. We also have Pisces energy. All right. So December 6th, June 12th could be symbolic. All right, so that's your energy. You could still feel this person's energy, right? The Lovers, divine love connection, anyway. And you could have had to make the choice to focus on yourself and protect your energy even though you loved this person. You had to love yourself more is what I'm hearing. So let's look at this person's energy. Let's look at this person's energy, the person you're connected to. Let's see their current energy. Wow, that's nice. Wow, that's really nice. Whoa, we have the Hierophant. It's on the bottom, but oh my gosh, we have the Ten of Swords. What was I saying? Confirmation. Healing from the past, learning lessons, accepting lessons, wanting to put this connection back together. And then look at this. We have 10-10 here. So completion of cycles. 10 of Coins for their current energy. They are working on their own. They're working on their stability right now. And I do believe they're seeing commitment with you. They want to stabilize this connection. 5 of Wands in reverse. End of conflict. So if there were conflict within like family, friend dynamics, end of conflict. This person definitely wants to compromise with you. They definitely want to commit to this. 10 of Pentacles. Wow. October 5th could be symbolic, or May 10th, or May 20th. Amazing. I love that that came out for their energy. Because again, I'm going to look at it again, but I already read it to you. Improvement, healing, learning lessons. That's their current energy, and that's why these blockages are being removed. Very nice. Working on their stability. Somebody could have a little white cat here. I know you all ask about Wally. Wally's still around. He's very happy living in my son's room or in the basement with my son. He's very happy down there because the dogs don't go down there. And I read energy. And when I went down there, his energy was telling me that he was happy down there. So I haven't had the heart to bring him back up to my room where the dogs like pick on him and terrorize him. He seems very happy with my son. And I unconditionally love my cat. So I'm not taking it personally, and I unconditionally love him. And sometimes that means allowing what's best for them. Anyway, I feel emotional when I talk about him. Wally reminds me of that cat, but I'm not saying he'll never be back. But right now, he's very happy where he is with my son. So that's where Wally is. I'm not saying he won't ever be back, but that's where he is. Anyway. So let's see how your person is feeling about you. How are they feeling about you? This is really nice. Whoa, whoa. What's going on here? What's going on here? We have clarity. We have the Emperor, and we have death. So for how your person is feeling about you, I feel like endings bring new beginnings. I feel like this person, you know, could feel like you've transformed, so they had no choice but to transform. But 7 of Cups, clarity and awareness. You know, they want this rebirth. And Emperor energy, they could feel like you are standing in your masculine energy right now, in your power. That you saw through them, in a sense, and stood up for yourself, and maybe ended this connection. But this is also showing me, you know, they feel like they need to take control of this situation. They feel like they need to step up. Whoa. Very nice. So we have Aries and Scorpio. All right, let's look at their current intentions. I want to look at their current intentions for right now. And then I want to look at what they plan to do in their future intentions. So what are their current intentions? What are they currently planning? Current intentions. We've got the Seven of Swords in reverse now. So this person, their current intentions are to stop playing games, to stop running, stop avoiding, and to come in out of the darkness, to stop sneaking around watching you and come into the light. That's really interesting to me. Those are their current intentions. Let's look at their intentions for the future. What are their intentions for the future? We have the Queen of Swords and the Ace of Swords. Oh my gosh. So their future intentions are to communicate with you, to bring clarity, communication, breakthrough moment. I also feel like they're going to communicate with you very authentically and from a very like logical, calm place with the Queen of Swords. That's very nice. And it could also have something to do with whatever you said to them, because I was kind of picking up you as the Queen of Swords. So they could want to communicate a truth with you. But what I was hearing is like, for their intentions, you know, they want to communicate that they heard what you said and that they took it to heart. Very nice. And they want to meet your standards is what I'm hearing. Very authentic, honest. Those are their future intentions. Very nice. So again, they don't want to be hiding and watching you in secret. All right, let's look at what action this person will take in the future. That's air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Yep, they want to bring clarity to the Seven of Cups. And we have the Devil in reverse, Capricorn energy. So they want to take control of the situation. And this also talks about being self-aware. And we have Justice. How nice. Future actions. Nice. So they do want to, you know, show you that they've changed, show you that they're more self-aware, and they want to bring in truth, accountability, justice, balance. That's very nice, Capricorn and Libra. So, you know, people always ask about timing, but I wouldn't rush this. Like, this is coming. So just let the universe do its thing. Let Archangel Michael protect you. Archangel Michael is protecting you from harm. I know that might sound a little crazy to some people, but you're being protected from this for a reason. And when this person won't harm you, when they have become more self-aware and they have clarity and they can speak authentically, not from a triggered place, they're going to come forward with truth and accountability and what looks like an apology as well. So I'll look at near future energy for you just so that we can get an indication of maybe when this is going to happen. So near future energy. Near future energy. So that's like the next 30 days. So show me what's happening in this connection in the next 30 days, Spirit. The next 30 days. Well then, we have the Ace of Swords. So it looks like within the next month. I believe Ace of Swords is weeks to months. So, or swords are weeks to months. So within, you know, a week to a month. Communication and clarity. Six of Swords, yep, transitioning. Very nice. What is your advice for my viewer? What is your advice for my viewer? So look at your advice. You may feel unhappy with the outcome here. You may be feeling bored. You may be feeling frustrated. Four of Cups. But look at this. This is coming when you least expect it, is what I'm hearing. Also, your advice to stay in this Empress energy, to focus on yourself, to not chase, to attract this in. We have the 10 of Wands, so that's the end of difficulty is nearing. I just want to look, this little book has like little bits of advice. I just love this little book so much. So there are opportunities that will be coming forward, but you may have shut yourself off from receiving these gifts as a result of being hurt or rejected in the past. So just know if you're thinking about the hurt and the rejection, you could be blocking this from coming in. And I'm not saying that to blame you, because I feel like your person blamed you unfairly, if I'm being honest. I'm not saying this to blame you. But if you get in that negative mindset of like resentment and blame and feeling hurt and rejected and wounded, it could be blocking this from coming in. And again, your advice, instead of feeling like that, is to be this Empress, to trust that you will attract what you need to attract in. And this energy, Empress energy, magnetic. I know it's not the Queen of Wands, but you will attract this in, and you'll attract it in faster with belief and positivity. We have the Magician. And we have the 10 of Wands. So it's showing that your manifestation is coming, and that the 10 of Wands is a sign that progress is being made, even though it doesn't feel like it, even though you can't see your manifestations right in front of you. The 10 of Wands, a sign of progress. You are nearing the end of a difficult period. So just keep going is what I'm hearing. Completion and relief are coming. And also a reminder to take care of yourself. So if you're feeling overwhelmed that these manifestations haven't come in, take care of yourself is what I'm hearing. And let's just look at the outcome here. Spirit, show me the outcome here. Show me the outcome. These cards are a little slippy. Look, we have the Ace of Cups, renewal. Beautiful, love, renewal. And on the bottom, we do have the Page of Swords. So there is, again, there's a conversation coming. Look what's underneath the Page of Swords. Oh my gosh, Four of Wands. So outcome energy, we do have the Ace of Cups. Page of Swords. So I almost feel like when this comes in, don't just get more information. Page of Swords. Because it looks like it's leading to this Four of Wands. Beautiful. That's beautiful. All right then, well, let's get channeled messages from your person. That was lovely. We have energy. I've transformed into my higher self because of you. Your energy has changed me. So I'm just going to do a little bit of a shuffle. I got to shuffle these in two parts. There we go. I'm actually going to shuffle them out holding the entire deck, which, like, look at this deck. I can barely hold it, but I'm going to shuffle it all in one go. So what do you need to hear, or what does your person want you to know? Planning. I knew it. Planning. I've been preparing a love offer for you, keeping notes. You will be shocked and surprised. I just want to take this. And I want to take this. And I want to take that. Okay. So we have texting. I check my phone constantly to see if you have texted me. So this is someone who's picking up their phone hoping that you're going to reach out to them. Just let them do it. We have proposal, taking the next steps in the relationship. Let's move in together and get married. But outcome energy, Page of Swords, get more information before you rush into things, before you rush into living together. Oh my gosh, look at your outcome energy. You have the happy squirrel. So everything you ever wanted is what I'm hearing. But I wouldn't be rushing into moving in together or getting married. Just my advice, but you can do whatever you want. What does your person want to say? Wish granted. You're my purpose fulfilled. You're my sun, moon, and stars. You are my everything. So this person sees you as their wish fulfillment. We have agreement. You both made an agreement to focus on yourselves and then come back together as one. And this is exactly what I mean when I talk about soul contracts. And you need to allow that contract to play out. You can't rush it, is what I'm hearing. So you and this person made this agreement before you came to this life. We have gossip. So again, I feel like gossip was a thing. People talking about your relationship, people jealous of your connection. So that could have been a blockage here. Gossip. Other people's opinions. Watching, not surprised. So we have watching. Checking on your social media has become a new daily habit of theirs. We have expression. I want the whole world to know you are mine and only mine. And love offer. I want to offer you the world, and I promise you will have the best version of me. We have sweets, so that could be a nickname here. You are like candy, cake, and chocolate. The decadence of your soul makes me melt. We have choices. A decision between love and fear. We fall in love by chance and stay by choice. So this person could have had fear here about this connection, or, you know, ghosted out of fear. We have just as I was saying that, we have self-sabotage. By withholding love from you, I withheld love from myself. Didn't I say I think they self-sabotaged? And we have, that came out with apologies. So they want to apologize for withholding love. They want to apologize for this self-sabotaging behavior. I'd never take you for granted again. I've learned my lesson. I am sorry. And guided. Archangel Michael. My spirit guides are helping me assist in this divine connection. New insight. Transformation. Look at these cards. They're beautiful. I am making conscious choices to transform into my higher self to be with you. Enlightenment. The truth has been illuminated. Ace of Swords. I can't hide from what you've shown me. And didn't I say their intentions? It seems like they want to talk to you about what you've shown them or the truth that you spoke to them. One more. I have one in my lap, which I'll get in a minute. We have secrets. I am a complicated person with many secrets. So this person could have kept things from you, or they could have been quite secretive or worn a mask, or maybe there's things in their life that you didn't know were going on. And we have comfort zone. I am releasing fears and stepping out of my comfort zone to come close to you. So they're going to step out of that anxious energy. They're going to step out of that fear and come towards you. So I just want to see if Spirit has advice for you on this. Let's just get you a card of advice. So what, the first card I cut, come to the edge. Somebody's getting ready to come to the edge, all right. Someone's getting ready to take that leap of faith. Honestly. So, what is your advice? What the heck is that? I just had the tiniest little feather fly through the air and land on my table. How interesting. Bye, feather. I don't remember how I was cutting those cards. There we go. We have the fates, so fated connection. Let me read that to you and clean it up. Not surprised. Someone's about to take accountability. Other people are who they are. You can't change them. The challenge is to accept them as they are and to not try and make them otherwise suit you. This is a time to look at how you may attempt to mold people to fit your view of how they should be or should act or what they should be doing, or if they wanted to, they would. What if who they are and whatever is happening between you and them in this situation is perfect from the perspective of spirit? So now is the time to accept the things you cannot change. And it says, be aware this relationship is indeed fated and you are meant to evolve into a better version of yourself as a result of it. All right. So what's your advice about this connection? Oh my gosh. I cannot touch this deck without that card coming out. You could have had to walk away from this person. You could have had to walk away from this person, or this person had to walk away from you, not permanently, but because it was part of your agreement so that lessons could be learned. We've got the 2 penguins there. Ugh. Why? Anyway. So I'm actually going to read you. I know exactly what I want to read you on that card. Oh my gosh, look at this. So, just, for my own curiosity, I wanted to look at this. Even if it appears that you have reached the end of the line and all is lost, it isn't. You're in a situation that will resurface again later. So consider this a break rather than an ending. You lose nothing and gain everything when you surrender to that fact. Your soul knows that your destiny is unfolding with perfect timing and synchronicities. Your small self has doubts, but that is natural as it doesn't have the map of your destiny. The soul does. Spirit loves you. Trust that. Dang. Dang. April 1st, April 5th, May 4th, January 4th could be symbolic. Or the age, 41, 45. And now I do want to read you, I know exactly the message you need to hear from this card. So, this one. An important relationship brings you to your knees. This is the kind of soulmate who comes with a powerful gift. Your patterns and all of your old stories that don't serve your well-being enter this dynamic so that you can heal them. This person is called to a sacred task to help you learn, even if it seems uncomfortable, sticky, or even inconceivable. The question is not, why did he or she do this to me, but rather, what is the gift in this? What is the lesson? Look into the mirror. You will only be changed for the better. Oh my gosh. Anyway, my friends, that was powerful. So I'm going to leave it here. I'm sending you lots of love and light, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.